This is Pooja Sharma. Welcome to the panel discussion of today's HR Symposium. Building on the inaugural ceremony, we focus on the theme, Shaping Your Future, Trends and Insights, which explores the challenges and opportunities in the evolving HR landscape. As HR professionals, we stand at the intersection of people, technology, and culture, ready to shape the future of work. Emerging trends such as AI in talent management, hybrid work models, and the focus on employee well-being highlight the need for agility while ensuring the human element remains central. We are joined by an esteemed panel of experts who will provide valuable insights on these topics. As we begin, I encourage you to reflect on your role in shaping the future of HR and consider how innovation can align with purpose. Before we dive into our discussion, let me introduce our distinguished panelists, each of whom bring a wealth of expertise and unique perspective of today's conversation on shaping your future, trends and insights. It is my honor to introduce Ms. Nidhi Sharma, an award-winning HR leader with over 30 years of experience. Throughout her career, she has played a key role in evolution of HR, moving from traditional personnel management to modern human resource practices. Nidhi ma'am has held leadership positions in companies like RPG, SPEC India, Windsor Limited, and IMS People, excelling in strategic HR, training, organization development, and change management. Currently, leading the HRD function at KHS India, Nidhi ma'am has also contributed to several high-profile consulting projects for organizations like NDDB and Indian Oil Corporation. Beyond her professional accomplishments, she is deeply committed to community service, working on programs in health, sanitation and education in rural Ahmedabad. I request Professor Vrinda Dave to welcome Nidhi ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for being with us. Let me introduce our next esteemed panelist, Dr. Pawan Alamchandani, a passionate HR leader with 14 plus years of experience at organizations like Oracle, RBI, Vinculum. He is deeply involved in academia, delivering guest lectures at top B schools, recognized as one of the 100 most influential HR leaders in India and 100 HR innovators in India. Dr. Pawan currently serves as the Group CHRO for Prompt Group, driving organizational growth and high impact outcomes through a strong focus on culture and values. Welcome, sir. I request Dr. Shrida Shah to welcome, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Our next panelist is Mr. Hemang Desai. He is an HR professional, business coach, and strategic thinker with over 27 years of experience in organizations like SR, Reliance Industries Limited, and Torrent. Currently, he serves as the CHRO at Ishan Technologies, leading 1,800 plus employees and driving organizational growth. Under his leadership, the company received the Great Place to Work and Most Preferred Workplace certifications in 2024. Sir has been recognized as one of Gujarat's topmost HR leaders in 2023 and is known for his work in HR reengineering, organizational restructuring, and employee engagement. He is also an advisor for several startup initiatives and has been featured in Asia's Who is Who by HRM Asia Journal. I request Dr. Peenal Baro to welcome Sir. Thank you, sir. Let us welcome Mr. Sushil Tripathi. He is a seasoned HR leader with 24 plus years of experience in organizations like Gati, Mozarbeer, CRM Silk Mills, and Goldie Solar. Currently, he serves as Vice President of HR and Administration at PSP Projects Limited, where he focuses on organizational development, succession planning, and leadership growth. Sushil sir holds a law degree and a postgraduate management degree along with certifications in HR areas like talent management and emotional intelligence. He has been recognized with multiple awards including CHRO of the Year and the iconic HR Leadership Award and is known for his expertise in aligning HR strategies with business success. I request Dr. Riti Pandya to welcome Sushil sir. Thank you, sir. Our next panelist and moderator of this session is Mr. Mayur Patel. He is the president of National HRD Network, Ahmedabad chapter, and CEO of Proflex, a division of MNB Engineering Limited, where he has transformed the industrial roofing sector in India. Under his leadership, Proflex has completed over 10,000 projects across 21 states and 5 union territories. Sir began his career as an entrepreneur in 1991 and became CEO of Proflex in 2006. He holds a diploma in plastics engineering and completed the accelerated management program at ISB. He actively contributes to business development as co-convener of the CII National MSME Council and is involved in Gujarat Cricket Association. Outside of work, Mayur sir is passionate about nature, sports and personal growth. Thank you so much, sir, for being with us. I request Dr. Sonal Gogri to welcome sir. Thank you, Mayur sir, for being with us. Now it's my pleasure to invite all of them to the stage as we begin our discussion. Please join me welcoming Nidhi ma'am, Pavan sir, Hemang sir, Sushil sir, Mayur sir to the stage. And let's get ready for an engaging and thought-provoking session. Aye, sir. It's 1:30.
No. I think we can spread out. There's no need for this, okay. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a long day. That can be seen from your faces and empty chairs also, some of the empty chairs. So we will not take much of your time, but we will straight away jump into some conversation, which will be very useful to all of you. Couple of areas which are very important, right from the morning, Khanelwalji, Amit Bhai, and they spoke on that. Shefali ma'am also reflected on that. So couple of pillars, what we thought, which are very important, and we will have some conversation on that. Those pillars I would like to quickly reflect. Domain knowledge, technology skill, leadership skills, attitude, I would say right attitude. What are the most essential skills? Teamwork, adaptability, preparing for the future. So now we have very limited time. I want to restrict myself only to 15 minutes. So I expect my panelists also to give answers in not more than 2 minutes. So that will occupy, we will have 2 answers each, 2 questions each. So I'll start with Hemang Bhai. So domain knowledge. So now I want to keep it very free for you. In what your understanding, what is the importance of gaining domain knowledge and how it can help someone to really excel in career?
To me, domain knowledge is like a foundation. If your foundation is weak, you can't expect a strong building to be there. And if each one of us aspire to have a strong building, and therefore the foundation becomes very, very important. Go deep into the foundation so that you don't have to repent after 4 floors are built and then you don't have to again repair your foundation and go back again. I've seen many professionals doing that, but that's not a very healthy practice. If at all you have to build a solid floor by floor, but not going back to the foundation. So your foundation has to be very strong, and especially it appeals to the students like you that this is the time you will put brick by brick into your foundation. So that's something which I have to say.
Thank you very much. You keep this mic here so we save time. Same question to you. Domain knowledge. What is your take on that? Importance of it?
So I agree with Hemang Bhai. Domain knowledge, whatever you are studying, the first thing, there is some interest in that topic, so you are studying BBA or MBA. There are some specialization you choose. In future you will be choosing. You know, somebody may go for marketing, somebody may go for HR, some for operations. Or that will be because of your interest or maybe family interest. Now that domain, when you get in, you should have proper understanding about that subject. There will be multiple subjects in that, but one domain which you are choosing as a specialized field, please try to gain insight about it. The fundamentals should be clear. Once that fundamentals are clear, you pick up another subject, because in my practical experience, you don't get exactly what you study in the college in your working life. You know, you get into a surprise. That's why organization put a lot of time in orienting you as a fresher. So my take is, layer by layer, first go on domain knowledge on specialized topics which you are interested in, then go for next 2 or 3.
Thank you. So Amit Bhai mentioned very well about being in the field, front line. I think that's where I think real learning takes place. So domain knowledge, be on the front line. Coming to you, Pawan Bhai, quickly. Technology skills. Pawan Bhai is part of business where technology is also playing a very important role. So how students will have to orient themselves about the learning technology and how those skills are going to help them to build a good career?
Thank you, Mayor Bhai, and thank you, GLS, School of Business Administration, for having this, and all the wonderful students and faculty members. See, technology is key to where we are today and how life is going to shape in the future. And this generation, typically, I would believe that you guys are millennials, right, or Gen Zs. So you are technologically native, right? So you're born with technology in hand, right? However, the evolution of technology is very, very quick. So when we see year on year, right, the technology has been growing by leaps and bounds, and there are bursts of technological advancements that are happening. So we used to study about AI 20 years back, honestly, but today you see AI is everywhere, right? So how do you leverage technology is where HR plays a very important role, right? Where earlier the effort used to go on administrative aspects, right? There is technology to help you, aid you, right? Your role hence becomes even more important and critical because you now are given the space to contribute to the business, right? Develop that thinking and bring in that emotion in the business, right? So technology is going to be with you, is going to stay with you, right? Never say no to learning new technologies. I'll just give you an example. In 90s, late 90s, when there was computerization happening in the banking sector, there was a lot of resistance which came when people say that no, we have been, we are used to the paperwork and how things happen at the bank. Suddenly, bring in computers makes us uncomfortable. We will not do it. Right? Today we see how banking is at the tip of the finger. People who could not adapt and learn technology, they had to take VRS, which is a golden handshake, right? Their careers were cut off abruptly. But people who adopted, right, had a very long lasting career, and the example was right in front of us in the first session. Thank you.
Thank you, very well said. Turning to Sushilji, leadership skill. So it's a very wide subject, but I want to keep it very open to you. What is most essential for students?
Good afternoon. So, Mayur Bhai always surprises me. So, I am feeling like a Gulliver or Lilliput ki story. So, already everything is covered. But I always consider practically leadership is all about making decisions. So, decision or choices which you make actually define your mettle, whether success or failure. So that is not the deciding factor whether you are a leader or not. If you are taking decision, so in true sense you are a leader. So whatever I am or any panel member is suggesting, that is up to you to decide. But one thing is pretty sure, is you be so good, nobody can ignore you. So that is the crux of leadership, which I feel.
Excellent, excellent, super. Same question to you, Hemang Bhai.
I was told leadership is all about influencing. And I was going through a survey which said that on an average, if a person has to live 65 years, he spends 22 years sleeping, okay? Because 1/3 of the day you sleep. And certain activities that you are anyway doing, so for example, eating, we all do for 3 years, and there was a breakup which was given. And at the end of it, it was mentioned that it is only 11 years which are at your disposal, and which will make me or Mr. Narendra Modi different. Okay, so what I do in those 11 years will make all the difference. Can I become a person like Narendra Modi or somebody, like Abdul Kalam in 11 years? No, I cannot. So what I have to do is, I have to keep my purpose big. If I keep my purpose big, I'll have many people contributing their 11 years into this. Thereby, I'll get 110 years maybe, or even more, to do and achieve that larger purpose. So the leader's job is to ensure that he envisions a larger purpose and then communicates to the people so that more people get influenced and follows him. That's a mark of a leader.
Super, super, Hemang Bhai. So purpose, I think it sits at the top. So whether you work for somebody or vice versa, right? Nidhi ji, coming to you. We talk about teamwork and collaboration all the time, and you have such a long career. So how you have seen it contributing, and what young students can learn from that?
So for me, teamwork is shared leadership. So there are different people in the team, have their own strengths, have their certain capabilities, and as a team, those are leveraged over each other. and they go and achieve that goal as a team, help cooperate each other, and like you do to your friends in the similar way. If he is in need, you take over his work or her work and do it. So as a team, you don't have the hierarchy or layers. You are all partner in the game. So it's like all are leaders within the team. That's how I look at. And when you say the collaboration, you said, right? In collaboration or in a collaborative system, you may be a different skill set coming together for an objective, and then you go and reach to the goal. So there are different people come with their own expertise and collaborate to achieve a project or a success of the goal. And that's how. But end of the day, both have the basics which are same of working together, supporting each other, being empathetic towards each other, because there during the team working, there are different personal, professional problems which comes in. You are there to help each other and achieve it.
Thank you. So now we will have just 5 more minutes, and I have 3 areas, so I want everyone to quickly reflect. Very short answers. A take on adaptability from all of you, starting.
We talked about in the previous session about somebody asked about post-COVID, what is the most important trait or the skill which is required, and I would say it is adaptability. The way we have adapted to the post-COVID scenario, and even during the COVID scenario, it is very, very important that resilience, adaptability are at the fore. So those who could adapt to the new changing scenarios have survived, and the rest have all collapsed or perhaps have been dented. So that is something which it's today became next to the oxygen that we take, as I would say.
Thank you so much. So just two things to add to it. One is agility and ability to learn will define, right? So you have to be agile, nimble, very, very nimble. And the second aspect is, how quickly you adapt is very important. It cannot be that, you took long to adapt and by that time, the show is over. So the speed of adapting to the change is also very important.
Excellent.
So here I would just, because that is said, I would like to say, come out of your comfort zone every time, Keep challenging yourself and break your own routines. If you are able to do that, I'm just giving a practical tip in this, so that if you are able to do that, you will be a very flexible person or who can adapt things or scenarios very quickly. So just keep challenging yourself on your routines.
For me, adaptability is not an option. So from childhood, we are taught कि मजबूरी का नाम महात्मा गांधी है. So that is not an option. So what I feel, if you are discomfortable with discomfort, then there is a problem. So you have to be always comfortable with discomfort. Then only you are adaptable. And that only is going to decide your future.
सुशील जी एक और हिंदी में एक और बात.
See, because we are here for giving advice on future, so I always feel future is not in your control. And you are not lucky like Anil Khandelwal ji, कि 9 महीना काम नहीं किया, then still you are in the job. So you are fired. So commenting on that. So
आपको एक्चुअली हिंदी में बोलना है कुछ. Okay, I'll come back to you. Now we'll have just two questions quickly. Something on attitude. We talk about right attitude. Yeah, Pawan bhai.
Sure. Thank you. So again, I'll take this learning from our Guru Sri Pramukh Swami Maharaj. So what he says is Abhikam, like we call in Gujarati, right? E savro hovo જોઈએ. Right? I'll just very quickly quote. So in England, they were, planning for a grand Swaminarayan temple. And the residents, they're opposed because they were thinking, there would be nuisance, is that, so they were opposing. It went to the court, and finally we lost the case. So the Swamis from there called up Pramukh Swami Maharaj here, and they said, Swami, apne case hari gaya. Right? We lost the case. The Pramukh Swami Maharaj just uttered, JV Prabhuni Ichha, apne alternative shodho. Right? So attitude is that, right? It should not let you down. You have to always come up with solutions, right? Have that attitude. Okay, how do I find opportunity in adversity? Right? Thank you.
When we started those forwards, on the WhatsApp and the emails, one of the forwards that I received was that attitude is the only one which makes the total 100, if I have to count their alphabet number. Okay, so that important is attitude. If you take attitude, the right spirit, the positive attitude, will make you 100% successful. No hard work. If you total everything, the hard work doesn't give you 100%. It ends up somewhere at 90. And I don't remember the exact count of that, but attitude was the only word which gave you 100%. So nothing can beat attitude. And I was fortunate that I started my career with SR Group, which had a logo called Positive Attitude.
Just add one thing. So there is a book called Attitude is Everything. I'll recommend all of you to read it, right? And just few days back, I wrote, there is a quote that culture eats strategy for breakfast. I wrote, attitude eats skill for breakfast.
Excellent insights on attitude, and Hemang Bhai can't agree more. It can't be 99 also, and 99.19. It has to be 100%. Binary. 1 or 0 actually. Excellent. Okay,
So,
last two questions. Oh, we want to add
on
something?
this attitude,
Yeah, please.
can
please add.
I say something practical as a youngsters?
In
This
brief.
will be very quickly. I will say I had hired a best brain. He was distinction holder and an engineer. Out of campus, sent to Germany for 1 year. He had good personality, good communication, everything. And 1 year later, when I got, he came back to India and I got an assessment from my German colleague. He says he is not fit for the company. So please ask him to go. Now, what was the scene? He had his attitudinal issues while spending time in office, the way he was behaving, the way he was doing everything. In spite of all the skill set, all the capability, I had to, move him to some other department as an Indian unit. We did a soft route. We put him into other department. So attitude is something which is so important over all this percentage or the academics. That's how I look at it.
I have to be fair with सुशील जी. आप भी बताइए इसके ऊपर.
मैं तो इतना ही कि किताब पढ़ने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. देवेंद्र फडणवीस का वो स्टेटमेंट याद रखें, समुद्र हूँ, हल्के में मत लेना, वापस लौट के आऊँगा. That only defines attitude.
So, मैं कब से उनको बोलता कुछ हिंदी में बताइए. So that was the reason actually. तो एक दो बार और भी आपको करनी पड़ेगी. हम फ्यूचर की बात कर रहे हैं.
मैं पीछे के सेशन से आई वॉज नोटिंग समथिंग, देन आई रिमाइंडेड. एक रामचरितमानस में दोहा है, क्योंकि मयूर भाई ने भविष्य के बारे में बोला, तो इसमें लिखा है, सुनहु भरत भावी प्रबल, बिलख कहो मुनिनाथ, हानि लाभ जीवन मरण, यश अपयश विधि हाथ. मतलब क्या है कि जब प्रभु श्री राम का राज्य तिलक प्लान किया गया, सब कुछ कंसिडरेशन किए गए, ग्रह नक्षत्र अच्छे बुरे सारी पॉजिटिविटीज वर प्लान्ड. जो किसी ने प्लानिंग की बात किया, अच्छे की बुरे की किया, बट आउटपुट वाज व्हाट? रामचंद्र जी 14 वर्ष के लिए वनवास भेजे गए. प्रॉब्ली दैट इज द रीजन हमारी जो इंडियन लीडरशिप है या स्पिरिचुअलिज्म है, उसमें हमेशा एक चीज बोलते हैं, फोकस ऑन कर्मा, कर्मण्यवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन। मयूर भाई ने भी इनिशियल जो वोट ऑफ थैंक्स में एक बात बोला था, फोकस ऑन प्रेजेंट नॉट इन फ्यूचर। सो फ्यूचर की तो बात करना ही व्यर्थ है, वर्तमान में ही जीना है। एंड फोकस ऑन योर स्किल्स, जो हम सुबह से बात कर रहे हैं कि स्किल्स को अपग्रेड करें, इतना अच्छा किसी काम में हो जाए, जैसे वो सजेस्टिंग अमित भाई की बाल काटने वाला हजाम चाय बेचने वाला लंबोर्गिनी से चल रहा है। तो एंड वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट फ्यूचर, सो वट एवर यू डू, अचीव मास्टरी इन दैट, achieve mastery in that, so that only defines your future.
Thank you very much. Last from your side on future.
Future, as I say, personally, I believe that today is the only day. Tomorrow, you don't know. So I live every day. That's my personal way of living.
Wonderful.
I will suggest don't carry past and forward. Be in the present, and that will give you a lot of edge in focusing your activities.
Thank you. So I think let's remain in the present. That's a very strong voice from this side. So let us be in present and taking cognizance of time. So in present now, I think let's convert to the press immediately. We have Amit Bhai also, so we'll invite Amit Bhai also to join us for this.
सो मयूर भाई, जो मैंने फ्यूचर की बात किया, इट इज प्रूव्ड बाय थ्योरी ऑफ रिलेटिविटी ऑल्सो, और बुद्ध दर्शन भी बात करता है कि आप जो भी देख रहे हैं दैट इज नॉट कांस्टेंट, वो तो चेंज हो रहा है। सो फ्यूचर हाउ यू कैन प्रिडिक्ट, आप जो भी स्टीफन हैकिंग को भी देखें, सो इट इज प्रूव्ड बाय साइंस, सो यू हैव टू लिव इन द प्रेजेंट, और उसको वो माइंडसेट का भी बोलने लगे।
So that's also a key to remain happy actually.
Yeah.
If you live in present, and you'll be happy. So, over to you. Yeah, thank you everybody.
Thank you to all our distinguished panelists. It was really an insightful session. टाइम बहुत कम था, लेकिन फिर भी हमने एटीट्यूड, एडेप्टेबिलिटी, चेंज, पर्पस, लीडरशिप, प्रेजेंट एंड फ्यूचर, इतने सारे एस्पेक्ट्स को कवर किया। एंड दैट इज़ व्हाट आई लव इन माय सब्जेक्ट, दैट वी टॉक अपॉन द पर्पस, डिसीजन मेकिंग, ऑल दी, जिसको हम सॉफ्ट पार्ट ऑफ योर जॉब विच एक्चुअली मेक्स एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इज एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, बिकॉज वेयर योर इंटरनल मार्केट इज बेसिकली फंक्शनिंग, who keeps your customer and your clients happy. So thank you so much. And now we are proceeding towards the next session. So this focus will be to our press conference. This will be an excellent opportunity for students who are playing role of media personnel over here to interact with our experts and learn more about the exciting developments in HR. So I tell or I request our students to join for the conference where our panelists are there for the further discussions.
Ask your questions quickly. You also try to answer. Brief.
ऐसे ही पूछो भाई, चले गए।
Okay, sir. Sir, my name is Lohit. Sir, my question is to Dr. Pawan that what are the challenges that you faced at Oracle, RBI, and Vinculum?
So if you know all three are different companies. Oracle is world's #1 database company, right? RBI is the Reserve Bank of India, and Vinculum is is a SaaS e-commerce provider, right? All three very different, very dynamic. I would not say challenges, but there have been learnings, right? And learnings have been eminent from each of them. At Oracle, I learned the value of culture and how culture emanates from top to the grassroots level, right? The values and how those values can get induced into employees even at the grassroots level. At RBI there was a different culture, right? So RBI की बात ऐसे थी. I hope all of you are comfortable with Hindi. It's a very different. So we were very young, and then there were people employees of our parents' age, right? When I was at RBI, so they used to give that care, right? Nurture. And then we also learned that. So whenever there would be a farewell, right? There would be, sweets being distributed. So it was a very family kind of an atmosphere. People have been there around for 25 years, 30 years, and they've been coming to the same office, same seat. So we learned that camaraderie, bonhomie, right? That how do you emotionally connect, right? Vinculum was very dynamic. It was a startup ecosystem. So the learning was, how the VC, the venture capitalist companies, how they function, right? How growth, and hence to support that growth from an HR perspective, what are the kind of preparations that you require? It could be hiring quickly. It could be also molding people quickly, because in the startup world, the business also pivots, right? Today you are doing something, next 6 months you pivot to something else, right? So your HR planning and strategy also has to be very dynamic to the business strategy, because the business strategy is also very dynamic. So I think those are some of the key takeaways for me.
So
I think it was
my
all.
question is, my question is to Nidhi ma'am. Ma'am, being in the industry for more than 30 years, you have seen the whole industry evolve from a focused on personal management to a strategic HR development. So how does one adapt to this career change?
Yeah, so from timekeeping to managing the leave records or all the transactional preparing and documentation to today, you are contribute towards the business. Your talent is, if productive, then it gets into the results, and that's our profit. So I say HR is equal to profit, because it's people which matters, the talent which is important in anywhere. Everything can be copied, only the people behaviors which are built in the company value system cannot be copied by competitor. So HR has to play a very important role in building these people along with the business leaders. So transactional is always can be automated, that can be taken over by machine or AI, but employee relations, employee development cannot be taken over by the machines. So that's what in the journey I've seen. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Again, my question is to Pawan sir. Sir, as you mentioned that one needs to be upgraded by the technology to stay in the firm relevant, right? But we see that technology is the only thing that are eating the job of human. So as we are talking about human resources, so what are your views, and how do you see that?
See, I'll again quote Mayur Bhai here. He's very impactfully said, human resources is now human relations, right? Human relationships. That's what he said. But see, if you look at past 100 years, right? I would say last 50 years, you would see that the transition of jobs has always happened, right? From manual to semi-automatic to automatic, right? We are talking about industry 4.0, 5.0, and so on. So what will happen now is there will be more intellectual capital which will be required, right? So there will be a transition, there will be a shift from people who are, doing things in a certain way manually to things happening automatically or through, technology. But there will be skill set required to develop that technology. So more and more people will be tech oriented, or there will be jobs created on the tech side. So there will be tech economy which will come in. So everywhere you see there is innovation happening, and innovation is being aided by technology. So you will have people who will shift. So more and more engineers, right, who will come, and then there will also be people who will drive technology through businesses. So there will be a shift. There is never going to be that, there will be people jobless, just that there will be evolution of how people, what jobs people get into.
Thank you so much, sir. There's again a follow-up question for that. When you talk about transitions in technology, taking up everything, the one question that comes in the mind is, how do you people, being at the top management, handle performance management when it comes to hybrid and remote, opportunities and places? Like, how do you evaluate that?
See, performance management and evaluation is again it does not work in silos. So I have to then, tell you the whole thing. Okay. Purpose, when you said the organization has a purpose and then the goal set, right? Everybody has to move towards that common goal, right? Now, as HR, you have to ensure that people are aligned towards that common goal. Just think of it, if there are 4 horses in a chariot and all 4, they run away in different directions, what will happen to the chariot, right? So the horses have to run in the same direction, right? HR then, acts like a charioteer, sarthi ki tarah kaam karta hai. So the people, right? Your people should know what is expected out of them. The main challenge always is people genuinely do not know what is expected out of them, right? There is a genuine communication gap, right? So if you make it very clear and make it very simple, don't use jargons, right? Don't write so verbose that people are lost के यार वो 3 Idiots में कहता है ना कहना क्या चाहते हो, right? So make it very simple, make it clear, communicate crystal clear, timely and periodically, right? And have touch bases. So what we have done at Prompt, I'll quickly tell you, we have monthly touch bases with the employees where the managers have a regular check-in. So it is like a check-in. How are you doing? What are you doing? Right? Are you on track? Then there are quarterlies, then annual, right? So we are ensuring that there is, timely check-in that is happening. And of course, you're using HRMS systems, the PMS, performance management systems. We are also aiding some of the aspects with OKRs, which are, objectives, key results, right, for specific goal-oriented stuff. So we are using both PMS as well as OKR system, right? Now to reward that, again, there's a different thing where you have equity coming in, bonuses coming in to reward the behavior. We'll not go into that, but I hope I have answered your question. Thank you.
Hello, my question is to Nidhi ma'am. Ma'am, as you work with the global companies, government and business sectors, how do HR strategies different when working with government organization, NGOs और corporate worlds? Means उनसे different कैसे है? मतलब कि जब HR strategy आप बनाते हैं तब.
So here I would like to say, people are people. उनकी ज़रूरत वही है, वही पैसा, अच्छा environment और growth. उसको क्या चाहिए? People need, anybody coming to government organization, private, corporate, multinationals, they need money on time, right money as a salary, all the perks, their learning, their growth, doing good job and growing in the company. That emotions I've seen in my Mexican employee, in American employee, in French employee, or Indian employee or Chinese employee. So when we as an HR sit together on a monthly basis, I find the emotions or the kind of requirements are same. So people emotions are same, so you will find the kind of HR periphery, it's same. Only the way we deal with it. The government has certain process hierarchy wise. You have to move file in a certain way, in a certain style, with a certain people. And in private, it will be different. With multinational, we have different level of process because of lot of certifications and all. So the treatment becomes different. The style of dealing with will be different. Otherwise, same.
Hello, sir. So my question is for Sushil, sir. So Sushil, sir, can an leader of a team can be a good member also for a team?
Honest answer you are expecting or
Yes,
jargon?
completely honest answer.
See, teamwork is all about caring for shared goals. That is very important. And if it starts happening to take credit among team members, then only team का जो dysfunctioning है, it starts happening. So leader, the important role of leader is to be present everywhere. He must be felt everywhere, but he should not be visible there. Then only people will start giving trust, confidence to him, and suppose someone is struggling in terms of achieving something or lacking skills or needs some kind of guidance, then leader must be always there. So I always suggest there is a concept of helicopter parenting. Or in Indian traditional, if you go by with lotus, have you seen lotus? लोटस इज कमल का फूल देखा है? कमल इज द ओनली फ्लावर जिसको बोलते हैं वो अमर है. कमल कभी भी खत्म नहीं होता, बिकॉज इट टेक्स लाइफ फ्रॉम द वाटर ओनली, बट इट इज नॉट रियलाइज्ड कि वो वाटर में है. तो द प्लस और माइनस और द बायसेस और द चैलेंजेस, एनीथिंग इज नॉट इम्पैक्टिंग लीडर, बट ही इज ऑलवेज देयर. So leader must be present. Yes. Yes.
So, sir, my question is that as we in a general mindset, there is a thought that the HR managers hire worse version of themselves. So, but yesterday I learned the new thing in the TED talk that the smart leader is one who hires smarter person than themselves. So, from Amit sir, I want answer from your long experience, sir. So, this is true threat or this hamper your ego also?
देखो भाई, ज़िंदगी में आगे बढ़ना है ना, तो साथ में सब लोगों को लेके चलना पड़ता है. और जैसे मैंने बताया था कि अपना लिमिटेशन और स्ट्रेंथ, तो व्हेन वी हायर अवर टीम मेंबर ना, हमारी जो लिमिटेशन है उसको कॉम्प्लीमेंट करता हुआ बंदा ढूंढना चाहिए. देन देर इज़ अ हारमोनी. एंड स्मार्ट लोग साथ में लेने में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. इट्स ऑलवेज गुड. एंड आई हैव लर्न दैट जो पुश होता है ना नीचे से, पुश हमेशा नीचे से आता है. तो साथ वाले जो हमारे लोग हैं, हमारी टीम के जो लोग हैं, उसमें हम लोग अगर स्मार्ट, होशियार, हमारे से होशियार लोगों को लेंगे तो हमको फ़ायदा है. उन लोग, क्योंकि उनको आगे बढ़ना है, तो हमको धक्का मारेंगे तो हम कहाँ जाएंगे? ऊपर जाएंगे ना. वो नीचे नहीं पुल करेंगे, क्योंकि उनको ऊपर आना है तो हमको भी ऊपर बढ़ाना पड़ेगा ना. ट्रैफिक जाम है, सिग्नल से आगे जाना है तो सिग्नल खोलना पड़ेगा. वो सिंपल फिलोसॉफी है लाइफ में. नीचे साथ में होशियार लोगों को लो, अपने आप आगे बढ़ोगे. ज़्यादा होशियार लोग ऊपर हो गए तो प्रॉब्लम है, वो आपको धक्का मारेंगे नीचे. ऊपर से खींचते नहीं हो, नीचे होशियार लोग हैं तो आपको ऊपर से धक्का मारेंगे, नीचे से आप ऊपर ही बढ़ोगे. मैंने तो ये एक्सपीरियंस किया है. उसमें ईगो भी वो क्या होता है, झंडा थोड़ी लगाने का है. जो काम होता है काम होता है. अगर आप हेड HR हो, आपके टीम में अगर आपने अच्छे लोग लिए हैं तो फंक्शन का नाम अच्छा होगा. अपना नाम का ज़रूरत नहीं है, लोगों को मालूम है. अगर लेकिन टीम को मालूम होना चाहिए कि अगर कुछ बुरा हुआ तो मैं हूँ. मेरे टीम को मैं बोलता हूँ, गलती हुआ तो मेरे नाम से टिकट फाड़ना, अच्छा होगा तो आपका नाम बताना, तो काम अच्छा ही होता है. ठीक है.
अमित जी ने ऐड नहीं किया, महाराष्ट्र में इट इज़ अ पॉपुलर प्रोवर्ब, 1.5 साड़ा नहीं लेना चाहिए. इस है ना?
रिलायंस में मैं जब था तो एक पॉपुलर वर्ड था, चैम्पियनशिप नहीं करने का. रिलायंस का एक पॉपुलर वर्ड था. चैम्पियनशिप मतलब क्या, कि आप बॉस, भले आपको मालूम है कि आप उससे अच्छा कर रहे हो, लेकिन 4 लोगों के सामने वो स्मार्टनेस मत दिखाओ, बिकॉज वो आपके लिए डेट्रीमेंटल हो सकता है. उसको चैम्पियनशिप बोलते थे. अगर आप काम करोगे, बॉस का नाम दोगे, अच्छा दिखेगा बॉस का, तो आपका भी अच्छा ही होने वाला है. ये रियलिटी ऑफ लाइफ है. बॉस अच्छा करे होगा तो आपका भी अच्छा ही होने वाला है. लेकिन आपने शॉर्ट टर्म चैंपियनशिप किया कि भाई बॉस को मालूम चलेगा मैंने किया है, एक बार फ़ायदा होगा, दूसरी बार ऐसी बैंड बजेगी आपकी, फिर से आप कभी नहीं करोगे वो. ठीक है. तो
At the cost of attitude.
So we in HR see attitude first, then skills. So we reject very good technically qualified people if their attitudes are seen poor.
Okay, my question is for Sushil sir. So what were some of the key challenges you faced while leading HR functions at companies like Gati and CRM Silk Mills?
Challenge is always common. So lack of authenticity, because I have worked with owners only, so directly reporting to owners. Biggest challenge is what they want, they are not able to express. Clear, they are clear, that is the reason they are the owner. But I always tell, there is a powerful story. People always tell कि आप past की बातें क्यों करते हैं. In ancient times, only kings were allowed to keep elephants. So one day I was wondering ki why this practice was there. Then I realized ki probably, so same thing happens with HR head. You can keep HR head, but what job you are expecting from him most of the time is not clear to the owners. And that is the biggest challenge. So what happens? Whole year you struggle only with owner to convince this is right, this is wrong, this is good for the business, whatever strategy. I always tell I am the strategic partner, but sometimes owner call me कि आप तो owner की तरह काम करते हैं. Then I realize कि I must not be owner here. So then they draw a line कि you are a professional, you are here for salary, so you focus on that only. Business is mine. In CRM, at the time of COVID, my owner fought with me like anything. कि business मेरा है, I will take a call. You cannot tell me कि how to run business. So that is the challenge of HR. So I always tell, if you want to be always on alert mode, then join HR. यहाँ कभी सावधान रहने की गुंजाइश नहीं है. So then only you will enjoy HR.
सुशील जी ने जो कहा ना, मैं एक छोटा सा स्टोरी बताता हूँ. मैं जो हमेशा मेरे बॉस को भी बोलता हूँ, जो भी कंपनी ज्वाइन करता हूँ, एचआर का काम जोकर जैसा है. आप पत्ते खेलते हो ना, पत्तों में जोकर होता है. कुछ लोग जोकर लेके खेलते हैं, कुछ लोग जोकर को बाजू में रख देते हैं. जब हम जोकर को लेके खेलते हैं तो जोकर एकदम पावरफुल हो जाता है. उसका आप एक के साथ रखो, वो एक का हो जाता है. किंग के साथ रखो, किंग हो जाता है. बट जोकर ऑन इट्स ओन कैन नॉट प्ले. तो एचआर को उसका दूसरा है कि एचआर की जो तलवार है ना, वो लकड़े की है. उसको मैन में रखना चाहिए हमेशा, बाहर नहीं निकालना चाहिए. बाहर निकाले तो समझ में आ जाता है कि ये लकड़े की है. और एचआर तभी स्ट्रेटेजिक रोल प्ले कर सकता है क्योंकि वो बिजनेस के साथ है. उन्होंने जो बोला, वी आर बिजनेस पार्टनर, वी आर नॉट बिजनेस बाय इटसेल्फ. हम लोग एचआर कंसल्टेंसी करते हैं तो बात अलग है, बट हमारा रोल है एचआर को सपोर्ट करना, एट द सेम टाइम लोगों के कॉज को भी रिप्रेजेंट करना. मी एंड माई बॉस ऑलवेज सेड, आई एम पेड फॉर टॉकिंग पीपल. I always have a concern on when people say HR business partner. It is very good, but in that HR people forget about people and they talk about business. That's the problem. बिजनेस करने के लिए सब लोग हैं ना. कभी ऐसा देखा कि फाइनेंस बिजनेस पार्टनर, ऐसा सुना है? फाइनेंस का काम करता है, एचआर का काम करना चाहिए. हमको लोगों का बात करना चाहिए, बट बिजनेस समझ के करना चाहिए. तो वो अगर हमको, वो लिमिटेशन भी है, वो स्ट्रेंथ भी है. और बिजनेस को बिजनेस की तरह समझाएंगे तो वो समझेंगे, क्योंकि अपना काम वो है. उनको अलर्ट करना, इट्स लाइक अ गाइडेंस कि भाई ये खतरा हो सकता है. बाद में ऐसा मत बोलना मैंने बताया नहीं था. डिसीजन लेना आपका काम है, मेरा काम है आपको अलर्ट करना. जोकर जैसा है, आपको लेके खेलना है तो लेके खेलो, ना तो हम तो पड़े रहेंगे बॉक्स के अंदर. मीटर तो चालू ही है अपना, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता.
विल ऐड जोकर को थोड़ा और अच्छा कर लेता हूँ, जीरो की तरह. यू ट्रीट HR लाइक जीरो. अगर यू नो द आर्ट ऑफ प्लेसिंग जीरो एट द राइट प्लेस, then your company can reach at the different level. So that is the experience I have achieved.
Sir, my question is for Himang sir. Can you elaborate on how your IOPTICS training and development program addresses the future skill gaps?
Thank you. I was introduced to Ishan Technologies in 2023, and Ishan had ambitious plans going forward. We were getting into newer technologies, newer business. We are a grade A ISP company. We wanted to have many skills and many more people to join us. That time I realized that there were, in our 25 years of existence, we were struggling. See, getting the numbers is one part, but managing those, let's say if we want to grow to current, we are 1,800 employees plus, we want to grow to a 4,000 employee, we can hire as many people. But managing those 4,000 people, we would require leaders. And at that time, it was my thought process that we should get some in-house training for the leadership program, which becomes a language within the organization. So if I would have trained only 20 leaders, it would have been a good training effort, but then it would not translate. So I firmly believe that unless you internalize and then institutionalize training, it will not have the desired impact. And that's where we started this concept of eye optics. I can keep on elaborating since this is my brainchild, but keeping the sensitivity of the time, this is what I had to answer to your question.
Sir, my question is to Mayur sir. Sir, as you completed thousands of projects till now, so sir, day before yesterday, I met a company CEO who faced a genuine problem that when you start a new business, you hire people and you just example you offer 15,000 per month and you offer 4 to 6 month training, but a big companies come there and snatch by giving 20 to 25,000. So how to face this employment turnover at the initiative place of a venture? So sir, please elaborate on this.
Employee turnover is applicable to at all levels of your organization. What is attrition level at Infosys? Are you aware? Probably 35%, right? So whether you are a startup or a mid-sized company or a very large company, I think how you can build commitment of people, that matters the most. And if you give the opportunity and right kind of challenge to the youth, probably they will be happy working with you. I think the startups we have become unicorn. People have stayed there, worked there because I think they have become part of that creation. They have their skin. Shared purpose. They have their skin. They are learning, they are contributing, they are growing. So everything is happening together. So I think starting a venture has to be very, very purposeful, what we've been talking about. And people part is very, very important. If you take care of people well, people will stay around. So if you remain a promoter, very few people will be with you. If you remain a part of the team, co-creation, a lot of people will stay with you.
That's what I've seen in startup. In IT
Yeah,
startup.
Nidhi ji is mentoring many startups. Maybe you want to
So
share a bit.
there, we were getting people out of IIM Ahmedabad and ISB and all. But when I talk of this German multinational, they will think and come. But there, most of the people were from premium institutes. So startups, we are able to attract this kind of talent. That's what my practical experience is.
It's not a very easy thing to answer a question because there are many dimensions to it, right? But, and sometimes you have to be lucky also to get right kind of people. That also matters, right?
So today, many people ask me to sum up what is human resource management or what is the biggest challenge. I would say today, if I have to look at human resource management after all these years of experience, it is nothing but aspiration management. If you are able to manage the aspirations of your people within your constraints, within your given framework, you have won the battle. So many a times people come to you with an request or an argument that I want to be an entrepreneur, sir, within 5 years. But the moment you recommend a job rotation for him, he will show resistance. That I am a chartered accountant, how can I be in HR or how can I be in marketing? And that's where you have to counsel him that if you become a CEO or an entrepreneur tomorrow, you will not just restrict yourself to one function. You will have to do everything. And that's where people tend to be more flexible, be more with you, that here is a ladder for me to meet my aspiration. And that's how they stay with you. No amount of money can help you. Money is important, but it has been proved through various Gallup surveys and other things. And all my fellow HR people will agree with me that no money can hold them back. There is always somebody, like you mentioned in your question, there is always somebody who is ready to pay you $1,000 extra. So even in the Gallup study, I think money is at 4th or 5th reason why people leave the organization, right? So it's the aspiration which is very important.
I think this is very important topic. All you guys will be out somewhere looking for the opportunity. So let me tell you what I look at. When resume comes to me, I never look at the grades. So I look at the attitude. I look at the willingness to learn. I look at the confidence. I look at the clarity part. And most important aspect, whether the candidate really needs a job. That's very, very important. So sometimes coming from a family which are blessed, you have a good lifestyle, maybe it may work against you. So I think you'll have to really show your intent and your need for that job because you want to learn and you want to contribute. If you are only going there for some adjustment of time in your career, please don't do that. Stay away from the job. Another thing, I also look at how frequent the candidate has changed jobs. Your stability in the job for some time is very, very important. Organization investing behind you. A lot of leaders are taking care of you. So I think investment is being made in you. You also will have to contribute back. So that's also very, very important. Right? Many things, but few things which came to my mind. Thank you. I think we already had a lot of, but how much time? 5 minutes?
Yeah, I think 5 minutes is rapid fire and if we can complete it.
So we can have a flavor of rapid fire. So don't, now this can be picked up by anybody.
Yes,
Rapid
yes,
fire, right?
yeah.
Just
Shruti, you can start. Stand up, stand up, stand up.
All right, so very quickly, it's on fine. The first question is, what should one have in present scenario, wisdom or technology? Specifically to Mr. Pawan sir, please, and if anybody wants to jump in as well, fine by it.
Wisdom.
Wisdom or technology? Wisdom.
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 I reterm it little common sense.
Common sense.
I keep saying just have common sense.
Fine. Okay. The next one. What is more important, skills or qualification? Specifically to Mr. Hemang.
Skills, obviously.
Skills. Fair enough. What brings you success? Smart work or hard work, Mr. Tripathi?
Hard work.
Hard work. All right.
I just tweak it. Hard work presented smartly.
Fair enough. What should we be prepared for? Challenge or change? Nidhi ma'am.
Challenge.
Challenge. So resistance to change would be okay, but facing challenge is more important, according to you.
That will build your skills.
All right. Anybody else on this? Because I want.
It will always bring challenge.
Resistance to change is a challenge.
Exactly
So,
what I'm saying.
so that was the tricky. Fair. Okay. What is more important in the advanced stage of your career? Domain skills or interpersonal skills?
Interpersonal.
Interpersonal skills. Fair. That was my time. Thank you. Kriyesh, would you please?
Absolutely. So, sir, what should what should form the core of the business? Culture or religion? Culture. Okay. Mr. Pawan, so you gave a perfect example of how banking system used to function and what kind of resistance it faced. So, sir, do you think at some point AI would replace the human aspect, or let's say brain intensive aspect in the banking system, or let it be any other sector?
AI would replace a lot of administrative thing, right? But you cannot replace the human touch. You know, there are a lot of people now who don't want to work, have their query resolved through the chatbots. And chatbots, AI chatbots are actually now bringing the business down.
Correct.
So I just want to say AI is built by humans. So human cannot be compared. End of the day, they will be supreme.
So, my next question to you, ma'am. As you said, college really need to develop so many things. We don't get exactly what we really need from the college that is applicable in the professional life or the industrial life. So, do you think we need to change or modify the education system drastically?
That's what government is trying to do currently. But then the industries are, because of technology or because of globalization, things are moving very fast. And this system of academics cannot be changed overnight while industry changes. So more interaction, close working will help, like unlike Europe and where students in first year onwards, their working in the corporates are considered as academics. Here we complete the academics and then go for job. There you have mix. So something government I think is taking.
I'd like to just quickly add to that. See, the college is organizing these kind of symposiums, right? It is for that. It is for you to take advantage of that.
यहाँ पे कुछ लोग हैं, कुछ लोग निकल गए हैं. So that is an indication, no? कौन सीखना चाहता है कौन सीखना नहीं चाहता है, क्या सिंपल है सर, तो मुर्गी पहले कि अंडा पहले ऐसा है, चलता रहेगा.
How can one grow as a team leader or as a team player?
Team player always. Team leader also has to take a role of a player.
I say develop one skill, courage. Automatically you will be having leadership trait or be able to.
Who are more adaptable, specifically to Mr. Pawan. Okay, so who is more, adaptive towards the new technology and can use it more efficiently, millennials or Gen Z?
Gen Z.
Both, I would say. But obviously born after 2000. Gen Zs?
Thank you so much, Sosin ma'am, for the wonderful session we had. Now we are proceeding towards vote of thanks. A sincere thank you is the most meaningful gift we can give to those who help us along the way. Honorable keynote speakers, Shefali ma'am, esteemed panelists, invited guests, professors, and my dear students. It is a great honor and privilege to be the one extending the vote of thanks on this memorable occasion, the second edition of HR Symposium. First and foremost, on behalf of our institution, I extend my most sincere thanks to the Almighty, making us capable to organize such a grand event. I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to all those who have contributed to making this session a success. It is always an honor to listen to the inspiring, stimulating, and influencing words of Dr. Anil Khandelwal. We, FOBA, would express a big thank you from the bottom of our heart. We are grateful for the presence of Mr. Amit Karandikarji. Thank you, sir, for coming and sharing your thoughts of inspiration and motivation, which are all set to move along with us, even outside this venue, as our lifelong learnings. A special thank you to Mr. Mayur Patel, President of National HRD Network Ahmedabad chapter, for his leadership and invaluable support. Sir, your vision and tireless efforts in promoting HR excellence in Ahmedabad and beyond have had profound impact, and we are truly grateful for your presence today. We are thankful to the GLS Central Office for logistics support, auditorium staff, campus staff, and security staff for helping in the smooth administration of the event. The strength of the team is each individual member, and the strength of each member is the team. We thank you to the team, FOBA, and a big shout out to all the student coordinators and volunteers, participants, and faculty members, to the non-teaching staff. Thank you is a very small word for all the respect and love that you all have showered upon your own institution. Lastly, the torchbearer of the event, Dr. Shefali Dani, Dean Faculty of Business Administration, GLS University. Thank you so much, ma'am, for always leading us by setting examples. Thank you for binding all of us together with lots of love, care, and respect. Also, we heartily appreciate one and all who have directly and indirectly supported us. Thank you very much. Wish you all the best and hope to see you all again soon. The small announcement, the certification of all industry participants are ready outside the auditorium. You all can collect your certificates, and may I please request you all to rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 जय